Yes, people, a very happy evening to all of you. So guys, let me extend a very warm welcome to all my dear friends. So guys, before we start the discussion on the subject matter, which is the accountancy subject, let me give you all a brief background about myself and the academy so that you get a complete feeling of the place at which you're belonging now. And once we do that, we'll head towards discussing about the accountancy, the introduction of the accountancy. So guys, my name is Prathik Jain. I am a chartered accountant by profession and a teacher by hardcore passion. So guys, I started my career way back in the year 2009 by joining a professional course by name CA. So I completed 12th standard in 2009 and I directly got into CA. After having successfully completed the CA foundation and the CA intermediate, I joined a multinational auditing firm by name Deloitte because in the CA process, you're supposed to join a auditor office or a CA firm, for a period of 3 years for completing your articleship journey, which is a compulsory norm as per the course. So in Deloitte, I was there for about 4.5 years, where in the initial 3 years, I worked as an article assistant. Then next 1 year, I served as an audit executive. Then after qualifying in 2015, I worked there as a chartered accountant for about 6 months. So after having completed the 4.5 years of journey in Deloitte and having gathered a massive experience of working in various industries dynamically, I moved on from there to become a senior finance manager, heading the accounts and finance department of a agri-based private limited company. I was the youngest person to lead a particular department at the age of 25, whereas all the other department heads were 35 and 40 plus. After having gathered a very enormous experience in the startup world for about 1.5 years, from there I moved on to start up my own CA practicing firm for about 2 years, where we built a very good client base. During that period, I realized that my inclination and my passion was more towards teaching and guiding and mentoring people. That's when I thought that why not start taking classes for the students. But the problem that I faced in the initial year is that by nature, I am a very introvert person. I was a very introvert person. So all of you understand introvert nature, very shy. They won't mingle with people, that often. Even if they mingle with only their friends. Beyond that circle, people don't move. So that kind of a person I was. And I have some bad experiences, because of having such a nature. So which I'll discuss in the due course. And how I evolved from there and came all the way here today, wherein if you allow me to talk, I can talk straight 10 hours, non-stop. I can be with friends with anybody, any Tom, Dick and Harry. So the nature, there's a complete 360-degree shift in my nature, and how this evolvement happened is something I would love to share with all of you during this journey of 11th and 12th standard. So somewhere in the second year of my second year end, or you can say third year beginning of the CA practicing journey, I felt that yes, I should start taking classes, but I was very skeptical because of my nature. So I was like, okay, let's give it a try. If it works out, then take it, or else we'll leave it. So that's when we launched Fortune's Fun Learning Academy. So Fortune's Fun Learning Academy aims to provide an interactive physical or online classes for standard 9, 10, 11, 12 for both CBSE, now ISC and the state board students, which not only focuses on the exam, but we also believe in providing the wider clarity on the concepts that in a fun learning way. So people all over India and UAE could attend our interactive classes. So when I started FFLA people in 2019, I started with 11th matriculation students, 12th matriculation students, and 11th CBSE. That's it. The first batch which I took only for these 3 people, just to have a good amount of experience and learning. And in that year, we had very, very minimalistic student, 2, 3, 5 in numbers. And then from there, I gained enormous confidence because the feedback that I received at the end of the first year was massive. And it was those students who were there in 11th and 11th with me, they continued with me in 12th. And those were the students who, brought along many more students along with them. So that gave me a confidence that whatever I did, I could justify in my profession. That's when I felt that, okay, it's high time I quit my CA practicing journey. And since 2019 mid, I'm working relentlessly towards my students day in and day out, and I've dedicated rest of my life for the students community. Since 2019, as on date, I have mentored and guided almost 1,500 plus students and many more parents. That is absolutely free of cost, because I believe that throughout this journey, guys, where you're traveling, it is very important that at every step or every stage of your life or every turning point, you need some mentor or guide to handhold you, to give you a confidence that yes, you can do something good in your life. It's just that you need a proper sense of direction. So I try to put light on your path to success, and in whatever possible ways, in whichever possible ways, I try to help students, and that is how I've gained popularity among the students community. And regarding FFLA, I'm really happy that the last to last board examination, that was the first board examination my students have attended, and the score what we achieved was 99 in the accountancy subject. Last to last year I'm talking about. So 99, 98, 97, 95, 96. So almost 23 or 21 plus people. So last to last year I've scored 90 plus in the accountancy, because in CBSE scoring 90 plus is quite a huge challenge. And scoring 95 plus is even more a big challenge. And this batch which recently we completed, so we got 399, 198, and almost 16, 17 students scoring 95 plus. And then few 93, 92, 91, 89. So the score has given me enormous confidence that whatever I'm doing is in good favor of the students, and I should be continuing on this path. So as long as FFLA is concerned for accountancy, 11th and 12th CBSE, trust me guys, you are in the right place, where I can not only tell you how a particular question accountancy is worked out, I'll also give you a deep sense of clarity that why a question is solved in certain way, which means the conceptual clarity. Unlike mathematics, in accountancy, there is nothing that you have to buy. Everything is conceptually understandable. Every single thing. Till the very end, if you keep on asking, sir, why, for every why question, there'll be an answer. And that is one of the main reasons why people like being here, because all the questions are being answered here. Right? So as long as that is concerned, guys, please be rest assured you're on the right hands, right place. And the target for you is, guys, not 95, neither 98 nor 99. My target for all of you is 100, because the confidence what I got from the last two batches, I feel that if you can work more hard, more smart, definitely 100 is achievable. And my hunger after this board exam result has actually been more high, because 3 people scored 99, just 1 mark we missed it. So or else I would have registered 3 centums, but never mind. So the current batch which is working in the current 12th. So my what do you call it, hard work and smart work along with them, we'll try to definitely get some centums in the upcoming batch for the 12th board exam. And definitely your batch, we have to get more in numbers. That is what my target and intent is. So moving on forward, people, during pandemic, so this FFLA was started in 2019, which we were majorly focusing to cater for the school going students. And then in 2020, we felt that there is a need that we also work towards the professional courses. And that's when we launched CA.Prathik Academy, which provides interactive online and offline classes for the professional courses such as CA, ACCA, CMA, CS, CFA, and many more. So under CA.Prathik Academy, we are full-fledged, we are full-fledged in operation with the CA course. And the CA foundation result that we have achieved in the last 3 batches has been enormous, not only in terms of score, I'm telling you in terms of output pass percentage as well. I don't know how many of you are aware that in CA, if 100 people appear for exam, 15 to 20 people clear. So that the output ratio is 20%. But in the last 3 batches, we were able to secure an output of 80 to 90%. Not only that, the scores that people have achieved, I'm not sure if you are aware, in CA, scoring or touching even 50 or 60 is a big thing. If you achieve 55 or 60 in CA per subject, irrespective of whatever level you are working, it is a huge achievement. But all our students, those who have done 11th and 12th with us, and then CA foundation, people have scored in 95s, 90s, 80s and all. So the highest score that you have achieved in CA foundation accountancy is 95. It's a huge thing. I don't know how many of you related, but it's a huge, massive achievement. 90s, 80s, and 70s. The only reason is that the base which is required for the CA foundation is your 11th and 12th CBSE. If this is taken care of properly, nothing like that. So the main reason why I started FFLA 11th and 12th is because this will provide us a strong base for your professional courses. Not only CA, any accounting related courses. This 11th and 12th will form us a very strong base. And one good thing about you guys is that you opted for CBSE. And the level of CBSE is quite challenging. So now, right from your 10th grade or 9th grade, you would have already felt that heat, right? That momentum you would have felt, right? So same momentum carry forwards in 11th and 12th. Probably the level gets even more challenging. So if you're able to get through this challenge, I'm telling you, you can do anything in your life because CBSE is that level. If you utilize this level properly and you upgrade yourselves properly, nobody can stop you. So this is my YouTube channel, guys. On the YouTube channel, we have shared the demo lectures of all the accountancy subject that I handle the different grades, be it 11th, 12th or CA foundation. And also this is our Insta and Facebook account where you can see the feedback of the students that students have studied from me, right? So their feedback in form of screenshot of the WhatsApp message, the video feedbacks, what they've given, everything is uploaded on the Insta and the Facebook page. Also, it is available in the YouTube channel for your reference in case if you want to go through, just in case if you have not gone through earlier. The next question that arises is, sir, why FFLA? Why should anybody do 11th and 12th CBSE with you? So a lot of people have this notion that YouTube videos are available, so we can manage with this, that, or any other tuition center that is available in your local area. So we can go with that. So you can understand why or how are we different from other people, and then you can decide whether you want to be here or some other place. First thing is, in Coimbatore, I'm the only chartered accountant who is taking classes for 11th and 12th CBSE. So being a CA, the amount of clarity what we have on the subject, it is immense. Point number one. Second is, I am passionate towards teaching. So when you love what you're doing, the efforts that you will put in terms of making the subject understandable to people will be way more than anybody who is taking the tuition or the teaching just for namesake. So definitely, as a chartered accountant, the clarity what I can give you, that clarity, I doubt you'll get it anywhere else. This is not my feedback or this is not my saying. This is the feedback that I've got from my students who have done or joined the classes elsewhere. And somewhere in the middle of 12th or in the beginning of the 12th, they've come back to me like that, sir, we want to join. Recently, we have completed 6 admissions in 12th standard. And those 6 people have joined elsewhere for 12th in the local areas. And they've come back to us for continuing the journey with us. So this is the first highlight of this academy. Second is conceptual clarity. Like I said, in accountancy, I'll not just tell you how a question should be solved. I will also tell you if a question is solved in a particular way, what is the logic behind it? Every place you will be asked to by heart the formula in accountancy. Take it as a promise from me today. I will ensure that you don't by heart any formulas whatsoever it is. I'll give you a beautiful, simple logic behind it. And if you know that logic and if you're able to remember that logic, at many a times you can derive the formula all by yourself. And when you learn a subject like accountancy in a conceptual way, the understanding, it is very nicely, flowing it through your brain. For example, I don't know how many of you have had this Mysore Pak from Krishna Sweets. How many of you have tried it? Raise your hands, offline people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all. Others not right? What a waste of life. What a waste of life. Okay, online people, how many of you have tried Krishna Sweets ka Mysore Pak? Raise your hands. Bunch. Okay, only one person online. Hey, Krishna Sweet is available in multiple places, man. I happen to see it in Bangalore also this time. Yeah, see, Tara, Sandhya. Tell me, people, tell me, if you put a Mysore Pak in your mouth, do you have to literally sit and bite? Nom? Just goes inside. That is the way in which the sweet has been made. Same way, guys, accountancy, if you learn it conceptually, you don't have to chew it and eat it. The moment you put the concept in your mind, all the sums and everything will just go into your body just like that. That is the beauty of the subject. You don't have to buy at anything at any place. That is my assurance. No need to buy it at any cost. Everything is understandable, provided somebody is making efforts to make you understand the concept. Second one was conceptual clarity. Third is exam oriented preparation. Definitely conceptual clarity I'll be focusing on, but we should ensure that we don't deviate from the examination point of view, because ultimately where we here to score center in accounts. So exam oriented preparation or exam oriented approach is also equally important. So in regular intervals, I tell you from examination point of view how you should be preparing yourself. And for that, whatever tips and tricks is required to score in the exams, I'll be sharing that to all of you in the regular intervals. Next is adequate revision and test with proper comments. Let's talk about revision. I don't know if you have got an opportunity to speak to your seniors. They'll be annoyed. You know why? Because I have a big habit of repeating in class. The reason of repeating is you guys. Because I tell people, go home, revise. They don't revise. I know nobody will revise. So I make the revision in the class itself. So I happened to meet one of my oldest student, last to last batch. So I was traveling to another city. So I was in railway station. This guy was also, I happened to meet him. So casually we're talking there. So he said, Pratik sir, I'll tell something, you'll not feel bad now. Like tell, no problem. So it is very annoying when you keep on repeating a lot of things again and again. I was like shocked because I've never heard such a comment, no? So I was about to cry. So he was like, sir, wait, before you think anything else. No doubt you have this habit of repeating, which is annoying. But trust me, sir, it helped me. Because in examination hall, when I saw the question paper, when I read the question paper, I can see your face on the question paper, the way you read the question, that was revolving in my mind. The way the question should be read, the way the answer should be interpreted, that is, just flashing your face, I could literally see. Then I had the relaxation. So he started something negative, ended in a positive way. So that gave me a confidence that, okay, from now on, more revision. Even if it is annoying and irritating, let's do more revision. That is the ultimate motto, because I feel revision will play a very important role for the simple reason that when you go to the examination hall and when you open the question paper, guys, the moment you read the question, immediately answer should strike your mind. Correct? No? And you should be able to write it very fast. So for that, what is required? Two things. You need to keep on revising things a lot of time so that when you read a same question or a similar question in exam, answer should strike instantly. You should not be thinking in the examination hall, oh, okay, should I do this question in this way or that way? That should not happen. To avoid that, the revision is very important. And I have a own customized revision technique, which a lot of people follow. And you can happen to see on my Insta pages, people have given the feedback about those revision techniques also. It is working wonder for people. Right from 11th grade till CA final level, the revision technique which I customize and give to people has helped people score really well, not only in the accountancy subject, also in the other subject. Recently in Yuva Bharati, the recent board exam which happened by, this one of my student who scored centum in BST, Business Studies. So this fellow happened to contact me in the beginning of 12th. He was telling, sir, theory paper, I'm finding it little difficult. So you said that revision technique for accounts now. So can you customize a revision technique and give it to me so that it can, somehow help me in the theory paper? So I gave him a revision technique, customized. We had a lot of discussion back and forth. So I gave a technique to him. In the entire Yuva Bharati, he was the only person to score a centum in the theory paper. I'm telling you very proudly, he called me. When the result came, he told me, sir, it is only because of you and following the revision techniques I could, get that centum. And this student is continuing with me for CA Foundation now. But who is that? Yeah, so I'll tell. Yeah, so she's got the name. So the revision techniques, what we suggest is, if you follow it blindly, I'm telling you, you will have gala time with your subject, not only for accounts, for all the subjects. And test, guys, we conduct chapter-wise test. All the test has to be adequately taken so that we get to know where your leakages are. So test papers are corrected by Anita ma'am. And correction is not just tick mark or into mark. It comes with proper comments where you're lacking. And I feel in this entire journey of learning, test plays a very significant role to evolve, as a student. So the fourth point is recorded class available for the missed class. So it is very obvious that a student cannot attend whether offline class or online class throughout the year, like 100% attendance. It's very difficult. Because invariably at so many points, you might have to take leave because you are not well, you have to go for some function, some outstation work, anything could pop up. So in CBSE, the difficulty is that, or in professional courses, the difficulty is that if you miss one class, the second class you will not understand. Because every class will be something or the other new to learn. And it has got a relevance in the second class. So what happens? Every teacher cannot spare time to keep on giving a recap of what happened in the last class. If at all they can give a recap, the recap will be very, very minute and small. A 1.5 hours class, if you tell me to give a recap in 10 minutes, how much can I cover? So what we did is best thing, because this problem so many people are facing. When I started, I did not start with this technology. We were using the whiteboard. So that time also I faced problem. 2019, 20 and 2021, we faced a problem because a lot of people are absent invariably, and people used to come and ask me after every session that, sir, last class I was absent. What you took today, I didn't understand. And this problem is faced across all the tuitions. That day we made a decision that, okay, let's make digital class and all the sessions would be recorded. And if any student is absent, the very same night we'll give the recorded class to him so that he can sit and watch those recorded class, come back in the next class. So the continuity is maintained. So at no way you are at disadvantage. So if you are offline student, by any chance, due to traffic, you're not able to come to offline, you can sit and attend at home online. By any chance, if you're not able to attend online, you have the recorded class. So I'm covering you up in all the possible ways so that there is no disaster happening with you. So this is the next benefit of being with FFLA. Next is classes are interactive. Interactive plus jovial. I'm a person who do not want to take in a boring way. I am personally telling you, my nature was quite boring until I started interacting with all of you. But then I realized that being bored or being a rude person, being an angry man does not help. My nature was, quite stubborn. From there, I've, shifted myself to a nature where I've become all the more jovial and more friendly now. Now, those days, very frequently I used to become angry. I used to left, right, and center shout at people. Then I realized, what is the point in shouting at people and, being unhappy all the time? Life is very small. Enjoy that full life now. So now, apart from the friends, what I have of my age, I have all the new friends of your age, your seniors and all. And now there are people who have gone to college. So from there, they give me a call. Sir, how are you? So that gives me a happiness that, okay, somebody is remembering me very far off. Someone is in Bangalore, some Coimbatore, some Bombay, some Delhi. People call. What an achievement I feel. Right? No? So interactive classes, definitely from my side. From your side also, interaction should happen. Definitely, it will take initial few days or weeks for you to gel up with me. But once you gel up, I'm telling you, you guys will be the more annoying persons, like from your side, because you'll become more talkative over a period of time, because you'll get a lot of affection and love from me that will, pampering will happen and you will take advantage of that pampering. Then I have to scold a little bit in between. So all that drama will happen in between. And yes, interactive, I would expect a lot of you to keep on participating. See, now like online people are very silent. They're not talking. Online people, all of you have gone. No, nobody's here. No, I'm telling you, you're gone.
No, sir, still here.
See, only one person is here. Rest of them gone. I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
So I have the habit of calling all the people name in between during the online. All the online students in between, I'll keep calling your name. If you don't respond, I'll not talk. So tips and tricks I've told you. Air conditioned infrastructure. Offline people, you enjoy their AC. This AC is not for you. This is for me, because I cannot take in the heat. So with me, you guys also enjoy. So guys, this is why I would want you to be in FFLA. And one more last reason is that I'm available. Round the clock will be too much if I say. Round the clock means 24/7. 24/7 I'm not available, but till 12:30, 1 o'clock I'm available in case if you have any problems. Problems with regard to studies, accountancy, personal problems also. If you have anything, you can reach out to me, because nowadays people started treating like a counseling guy. Some personal issue, one I think 1 week before. Yeah, girlfriend boyfriend issue also came. This guy was my student, 11, 12. He went to college now. Some card happened there. This guy, sir, this happened, what to do? Hey, what do I look like to you? I'm telling this is not one case. I've got a number of cases like that. So people discuss all sorts of personal problems also. So, but that gives me a sense of pride that if somebody is discussing a personal problem with me, then what kind of a space that I have created in their heart and comfortability with which they are discussing with me. That's a big thing, because people don't often discuss. No? So definitely, but consider me more as a teacher. Call me more for asking doubts related to accountancy subject. That is the first preference. But yes, of course, if you want to call me for any personal reasons, any boyfriend, girlfriend issues, you can call. But that doesn't mean that I'm encouraging you to have boyfriend and girlfriend. People, those are out of track, I'll bring them back on track to make them understand what is the priority. That doesn't mean that I'm deviating you from the track also. You have to go in a very balanced way. Now, what does this mean? I don't know, but okay, when it comes, we'll deal with it. Hey, I'm not encouraging, pa. No. Ayo, focus on studies. 11th and 12th, my intention is only to make you get 100. Nothing more, nothing less. Right? So I'm available till 12:30, 1 o'clock to clarify the doubts. The reason why I pointed this out is because some people, this 12 batch, last 12 batch had initially, started viewing the YouTube videos, and they thought somehow they'll manage with the subject. Accountancy is very difficult to manage with YouTube. The reason being, you have a lot of doubts that is coming up in between. And in YouTube, even I've seen those videos, all the questions are not worked in detailed way. There are few questions here and there they work. Concept is nicely explained, but very few questions is worked, and you don't have a provision to ask doubts. So this batch, around 6 to 7 people, last batch and previous batch, somewhere in June, July period, people come in between and join. So I asked them, how did you manage so far? Sir, YouTube Guru. That Guru was taking care of me. Now that Guru is not solving doubts. So that's why I've joined tuition. So definitely that is a big challenge. So I tell people, forget YouTube. Be here. Pratik sir is next Guru for 2 years for all of you. You should come daily, touch my feet and get my blessings to score 100 mark. Right? So yeah. But coming to your other subjects, I think few students were asking, sir, what do we do about this BST entrepreneurship and all? Economics, do we need to go for tuition? Not at all. YouTube Zindabad. That is more than sufficient. That explanation, what has been given, is more than sufficient. So you don't have to plan any tuitions for BST, economics and entrepreneurship. But accounts, you need it. Now, you don't think that just because I'm taking accountancy, I'm promoting my class. No. Accountancy is a practical subject that you genuinely need a person to help you wherever you are, misled. So for that reason, accountancy and mathematics, always tuition has to happen. No doubt. Live tuition, whether you do even online, doesn't matter. But you need to have a live teacher or somebody to guide you wherever you get stuck. So this is about me and my academy people. I think too much of marketing over now. So let's go to the main topic. So guys, this is your content of 11th standard. Rather, I would say syllabus of 11th standard. So you have totally 20 chapters. See, the book which I am currently using is a T.S. Grewal book. This is the #1 author in the entire country, and not only in India. People even in UAE and Gulf countries, people follow T.S. Grewal book. So there are multiple authors. I just name a few. One is T.S. Grewal, which we are following. Then there's one book called as D.K. Goyal. So few students use D.K. Goyal as well. Then you have Shubhas Day, you have so many other authors, and finally NCERT. This is the last book. You should use this book only for reading theory. Practical questions, never touch. Practical questions from T.S. Grewal, D.K. Goyal, fine. Both books are okay, but T.S. Grewal book, the way the theory has been given, the way the question has been organized, I personally liked it a lot. And eventually when I tried to search a lot of schools, what book they are following, majority of the people are following T.S. Grewal. So for that reason, I started, taking T.S. Grewal book since 2020-21. And since then I'm sticking on to this book. So this book, that is illustration questions, chapter back exercise questions and book back scanner questions, more than sufficient for you to get 100. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, from NCERT book, you can obviously read the theory, because sometimes few theory here and there is missed out in the guide. So you might refer the NCERT, because sometimes theory is picked from the NCERT book. So you have to follow NCERT only for theory purpose. Same thing goes for 12th also. In some book, guys, so for example, in T.S. Grewal, here you might find as a 20 chapters. In few textbooks, if you say D.K. Goyal or any other book, you might feel the chapters are less. So here in T.S. Grewal, what they have done is they have split the chapters into multiple units or multiple chapters. So in your NCERT or any other author, if you see, like these are combined as one chapter. Maybe this is combined as one chapter. Example I'm telling, or this is combined as one chapter. So that's how the chapters are less, but otherwise in every book, all the syllabus is perfectly covered. So the first topic or the first chapter that we're going to discuss today is Introduction to Accounting. Introduction to Accounting is again a huge, it's a 20-page chapter, man. If I take this chapter, full 20 pages, I'm telling you, not only you, even I'll feel sleepy. So we will not do any kind of that work where you feel sleepy or I feel sleepy, you feel bored or I feel bored. No. So here I'll be only discussing few pages. Now, please understand, theory is basically of two types, or rather, I would say three types. Online people, all of you with me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Very good.
Yes, sir.
Theory is basically of three types. First is that type of a theory where only when you do a theory, then you'll be able to understand the practical questions. That is, for you to do a practical questions properly, there are certain theory that you have to do first. Then only practical questions will make sense. So some theory, I will do it first for the sake of doing the practical questions later. There are some theory which has to be done along with practical questions, which means when I do a practical question, I'll do a practical question and simultaneously do the theory so that the theory will make more sense. So these are those theory. If I take first, you will neither understand head nor tail of this theory. Third is theory, which I'll not do at the first. First, I'll do the practical question. First, we'll do the practical question. Then we'll come back to those theory. So the theory is broken down into three parts. So first, we'll do that theory, which learning or understanding properly would give a clarity how to do a practical question. Then we'll do certain theory, not in the beginning itself, but simultaneously with the practical questions. Then we'll do certain theory after finishing the practical questions. Basically, I'll be doing this theory at the end so that the theory makes sense. Why? Because these kind of theories, they use such kind of language, guys, which you will not understand when you do it first. For you to understand those language, you have to understand the entire accounting journey or process. Then you come back and do the theory, it makes sense. But in most of the places, they don't do this. They go in the proper order. For example, if you see, they'll do this first, second, third, fourth, they'll go in the same order. If you go in the same order, you will be having a big problem with accountancy. I'm telling you point blank. Secondly, there are certain chapters where I need to change the order so that you understand things properly. So for example, I'll be doing the first chapter, that to only first few pages. Straight away, I'll be going to the second chapter, which is basic accounting terms. See, accountancy is a subject which you're learning for the very first time in 11th standard. Correct? No? So far, the education what you had, you have never come across the word accountancy. It is a very first time you're learning this subject. So you need to understand the terms that we use in accountancy. No? If you don't know, or if you're not familiar with the accountancy term, then what understanding will you have in the theoretical subject or the practical subject? You will not develop the understanding. So next chapter that I'll be focusing on basic accounting terms. We'll spend at least 2 to 4 classes on basic accounting terms. Third topic, I'll skip it. Fourth, I'll skip it. Fifth, I'll skip. Straight, I'll go to sixth. Sixth will give you the accounting rules and regulations. Without accounting rules and regulations, this will not make sense. Most of the people or school, they do accounting equation first. Then they do accounting procedure. Am I right? Accounting equation, if you do first, you will not understand head and tail of accounting at all. You'll end up only by adding the format, but you'll not understand why are we doing this question in this way. So if you really want to understand that why are we doing a particular question in a certain way, it is important that you understand the underlying concept of that. So I'll be finishing chapter 6, chapter 8, and chapter 9. Then I'll come back into chapter 5. So that entire thing will be in coordination. So you can blindly trust the process, guys. It is trial and tested. You are not the mice for me. Mice batch is over. You are all the proper batch for me. All the experiments is over. And those experiments has given me this result. So same thing I'll adopt for all of you. You have to just blind trust me. Whatever I say, please follow as is. You will definitely be on the right track. That's my assurance. So moving on. Online people, can we start the subject? Introduction to accounting. Yes? Hello? Online people gone. I'm telling you, nobody's listening. Adarshana, Ashmeet, Dhanushri, Harshavardhan, Lisha, Sandhya, Nitya, Pratyush. All of you there with me? Call Anita and quickly from the room. Guys, is the screen now visible to all of you now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Online people, am I audible to all of you? Please confirm. Screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
सर मैं पूछ सकता हूँ क्या वहाँ क्या चल रहा था?
Sorry.
मैं पूछ सकता हूँ क्या वहाँ क्या चल रहा था?
कहाँ
I'm
पे?
curious
There's a
now.
Wi-Fi problem, so we just resumed it again.
No, sir. What did that person say?
Oh, he wants to know what we discussed. So basically, he said the PDF what you're using. So can I, instead of getting a hard book, if I get that PDF in the system, can I use system in the class?
Ah,
वो भी हंस रहा है.
good idea. Good idea.
A good idea, man. Good idea. Hey, no, hard copy is required, man, because you need to make a note, no? So it'll be handy. Yeah. Chalo guys, I think we're good to start. Okay, now, so before we get into what is the meaning and definition of accounting, first, very in a simple language. Okay, before we get into understanding what is accounting and all, technically, boring. We'll first understand from our level. Have all of you gone for a vacation to a theme park or a water park? Water park. In Coimbatore, we have Black Thunder. In Cochin, we have Vigaland. In Bangalore, we have Wonderla. In Pune, we have Imagica. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Imagica, because last year only the students said, I remember still now. So have you all gone to this theme park, water park? Okay, now let's imagine all of us, we are taking one day out and all of us together, let's go for, I mean, not really. Imagine that all of us, we are going to a theme park. So how do we go? So we have arranged for a bus, right? So we have arranged for a bus. So in the bus, we have to travel and go. So tomorrow morning, we have to leave. So today night, you go to your dad. Your dad has said already okay, everything is said okay. But after saying okay, he has to give apna sapna money, no? Without that, nothing works. So you go to your dad, and how much money will you ask from your dad? Tomorrow's trip, you want to enjoy properly full masti, dhamal, 6,000. What will you do with 6,000, man? Okay, tumhara nahi, mera nahi, 5,000. 5,000? Okay. Amount received. ₹5,000. Online people, are you all okay with this 5,000? Hello? Even you can
Yes, sir.
participate.
Okay, sir.
When I'm saying
Yeah.
all of us are going, means including all of you. Okay, not okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Imagine that all of us are together in one place, we're going in bus. So bus will not come free of cost. So tomorrow morning, 4 o'clock, we're gathering at one place. So the bus guy is taking us to the destination. So obviously he'll charge some fee or bus charges. So what is the bus fare? Let's say 300 rupees. We are paying 300 per person for traveling. So this 300 rupees when I pay to this person, from this 5,000 rupees, what will I do? Add or minus? Minus. See, when your dad gave this 5,000 rupees, he told you very clearly, when you come back, you have to give me accounts of this 5,000 rupees. Basically what? You need to tell me where you have spent this money. So what you do, you take a piece of paper. On that piece of paper, you write amount received from dad, 5,000 rupees. Now tomorrow morning, we have started spending money one by one. So first 300 rupees, where are you spending? You're giving to the bus driver 300 rupees. So the 300 rupees, will you add to this 5,000 or minus from 5,000?
Minus, sir.
Minus.
It's a pure common sense. This has got nothing to do with accountancy. If from 5,000 rupees you have spent some money, obviously I'll minus it. So less. Bus fare, can I say that? Minus 300. Right? So 4 o'clock in the morning, we have woke up, we're traveling. Somewhere, 6:37, the bus driver stops at a proper restaurant, nice big restaurant. You go inside the restaurant. Sambar, coffee, dosa. Hey, morning that only you'll get, man. Correct, no? I don't know how much you're fond of eating. I love eating. Whenever we go out, we ensure that the dosa, coffee, idli, sambar, without that, the trip is not beginning. How many of you like that? Raise your hands. Proper. You guys are like foodie people or no? Foodie people. Okay. Online people, all of you. Agashna raised her hand. Everyone, no? Proper food, everybody. Hello, come on. Everyone. Fantastic. So we've got into a restaurant and we want to have a gala breakfast because this is our day, man. We want to enjoy fully. We don't want to save that's 5,000 rupees. We want to spend it fully. So tell me, guys, morning 6:37 breakfast you have. How much money you think you can spend for it? Hey, 200 watt is enough, man. Yeah, this is too much. Huh? Less breakfast. Again, 300 is decent. What will you have more than 300? Italy, those how much is going to cost? 300. So after a nice round and gala breakfast, you again board the bus. Now you go to the destination. We reach the destination. Now when you go to the destination, can you just like that enter inside the premises? Hello? There'll be all Tom and Jerry standing outside. Hey, ticket nikalo. So you have to buy the ticket. So how much is the ticket? 600 is very less. 600. When we went to Black Thunder 10 years ago, that time it was 600.
Now it's 1,000.
Now it is almost near 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 will keep it. Online people, 1,000 is okay, no? Entry ticket, 1,000 is okay, no?
Yes.
1,000 rupees you have spent. So can I say every money you spend from your pocket, you're going to reduce it from 5,000 rupees. Am I right? Online people, do you agree with me? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. So after you've paid entry ticket, you go inside. What do you see? You see a lot of water rides. Zoom, 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 zoom everywhere. So nicely, all of you, get ready. Get ready means not that get ready. For this get ready, you have to remove clothes and get ready. So that get ready, go have a nice gala time. So you've had a blast till afternoon, 1 o'clock. After running around, so many hours here and there, you will feel hungry, terribly hungry. Now there you see a multi-cuisine restaurant. The moment you get inside, one guy is serving Italian pasta, another guy is doing pizza here, that guy is doing fried rice, is throwing up. One guy is doing Manchurian. Yeah, super. Now, lunch, no compromise. Heavy lunch. Everything you want to have. How many? 500 is too less, man. Lunch. 700 looks decent. 700. Because these days lunch is quite expensive. Sorry? Lunch. Sorry. Thank you. Font size increase it? Okay. Guys, now is it okay, online people? Lunch,
Yes,
700
sir.
rupees. Offline, now clear for all of you? Perfect. So lunch, you had everything what you wanted to have. You wasted half the food also in the hunt of trying a lot of things. You wasted a lot of food also. That never mind. It's our day out. Who wants to save? I'm the that full everything you have to taste and try. 1, 2 items, 10 items. Little bit even everything. Then after lunch over, again go back, lunch, nicely enjoy. Then 2:30. No, where you sleep? Who sleeps? Where you sleep there itself, a bad. Oh no, what he will do is basically take the tire tube. In that he'll sleep off. So again, you had a gala time. Somewhere 3 o'clock, you feel hungry. So you see snacks, ice creams, popcorns, that cream popcorn, cheese popcorn, what you get in Satyam Cinemas, so that white color powder. Aha. Less snacks. Snacks for how much rupees you want to have?
200.
200. Yeah, 200 is fine. Online people, 200 is okay, no?
200.
Yeah, anybody
Yes.
wants to heat like Booker, 500 rupees? 200 is fine? Okay. Munching, 200. Then after finishing your snacks, now you're bored of your water games. Now you have a lot of dry games. You have that gun shooting, you have that ATR driving. Then what is that? Dashing car. All that. So you want to spend for that. So less dry games. Hey, teens of what dry games will come, man?
500.
At least 1,000 rupees. Your dashing car itself, they'll take some 200 rupees. So 5 games means 5 into 200, 1,000. So 5 different games, 200 rupees per game. Who wants to save dad's money? This is given to spend. So fully we'll spend. Now, after finishing dry games, now you're dead tired. What do? You go to your bus, go back and sleep. Now the bus fare what you've paid is for to and fro. So he has to go and drop to your home also. So after you completed your entire enjoyment, everything, you boarded your bus. On the way back, driver is asking, anybody wants to eat in hotel? So you say, sir, hey, what do? Morning breakfast, lunch, snacks, everything outside. Now you want to eat mom made food. So you're like, no, Anna, I'll go home. I'll ask mama to prepare nice Yeah, dal chawal. Yeah, dal chawal. Okay, for his happiness, dal chawal. So nice dal chawal you make, have done for the day. So now guys, day well spent, well enjoyed. Next day morning, from your room you come like this. In front, dad is sitting with a stick in hand. Last night you're supposed to give me the accounts. You went and slept like that. How dare you? So next day you say, Papa, wait. I'm an account student. I have everything properly. Relax. Sit back and enjoy the scene. So you take this sheet of paper in your hand. So you calculate, dad, you gave me 5,000 rupees. See, so much money has been spent. And this is the balance money. What is the balance money?
3,500. 0,000.
He's telling balance 1,500 will not give to dad. We'll keep in pocket. Your dad knew very well you do this fraud. That's why he said, keep the account and tell me the return. I mean, tell what is the balance money and he will take the balance money. He'll not give you. So after, guys, come back. So you have given this document to your dad saying that, see dad, 5,000 rupees I've taken from you. And for these all purposes, I've spent it. And this is a balance 1,500. You're also a decent fellow. You also go and give this 1,500 in decency to your dad, imagining or thinking that your dad will tell, no, you keep this 1,500. That's a different thing that your dad will keep in his pocket. He will not give you. Now tell me, guys, why did your dad ask you to update him with regard to all the expenditure that you've done? What is the reason behind this? What do you think could be the reason behind your dad asking the accounting, or let's say the list of items where you've spent? What could be the reason or intention behind him asking this document or this piece of information? Of course, one, to know the balance money. Just think no casually. By giving this document, what analysis your dad will do? To know how much money you have spent. So here, this will give a clarity that how much money is received. This will give me a clarity that how much money is totally spent. How much money is totally spent? 3,500 is totally spent. So from 5,000, if 3,500 is deducted, balance is 1,500. So first we'll get to know the balance. Second, we'll get to know that the money is spent for which all purposes. Have you effectively utilized the money or have you wasted your money? For example, let's suppose for dry games, you spent full 2,000 or 2,500. Gone, no? For dry game, you need to pay so much. Your dad might ask you. You could have avoided few dry games to save money. Because as a parent, obviously, they would want to save a little bit here and there. So he would want to know that, are you unnecessarily trying to waste your money anywhere? Or in any particular activity, have you overspent the money? Have you spent extra in any segment? So to do analysis, and from this analysis, he'll give you a warning next time that, see, next time I'll give you only so much of money. You are unnecessarily wasting too much of money, or you're unnecessarily eating too much. Like that, he might give you a warning based on this. So basically, this document facilitated him to analyze what is right and what is wrong. And based on that data, he will give you a knowledge or share his experience or give a warning telling that, okay, next time do this or don't do this, so that the money could be effectively utilized. So you're able to draw some information about it. Yes or no? In same way, guys, don't you think also in business, it is important for us to capture all the numerical data, so that at the end, we could have some result, and that result should help us analyze some information, should get us some information based on which in future we don't repeat it, or if it is good, we'll do it more. Correct? So same thing, let me take an example from the business point of view, and let's try to identify what accounting is. Before that, in this Excel sheet, what I prepared, guys, we call this as accounting. Accounting means what? Accounting means to count. What is accounting? In a layman language, in a very, very simple language, I am explaining what is accounting. ACCOUNTING. Accounting means to count. That's what you did, no? See, here you got 5,000 rupees. One single payment from your dad. Imagine your dad have been giving you pocket money every month, let's say 500 rupees. So 500 rupees, 500 rupees, 500 rupees. So how many months you need to save this to make it 5,000? 10 months, correct? No. So 500 rupees, if you save it for 10 months, it is 5,000 rupees. So 500, 500, 500, if you keep on adding, it becomes 5,000. So adding of 500, can I say this counting? So 500, if you keep on adding, if you count it, becomes to 5,000. So whenever in business you receive money, you have to keep a count how many times that money is come. What is the total money left in my hand? So accounting is nothing but counting. Apart from that, what you did, you also counted this. This entire counting gave me a total idea of what is my expenditure. So 300 plus 300 plus 1000 plus 700 plus 200 plus 1000. What am I doing? I'm counting. Counting for what? To know what is my expenditure. So then what did I do? From the amount received, I subtracted the expenditure so that I got my balance. So calculation of balance also counting. The result of counting, can I see? 1,500 is nothing but the consequence or result of counting. So what is accounting all about? Accounting is all about counting. So what are we counting is what we're going to learn in the entire year. Now let me take an example. That let's assume that all of us are doing a business, or you are doing a business of buying and selling mobile phones, right? So you have a mobile shop. Online people, all of you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Everyone
sir.
here listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. So let's suppose all of you are individually doing a business. You're having a mobile shop and you are buying and selling mobile. So today you have started the business and you have purchased, guys, purchased 10 mobile, or you can say 10 phones at rupees. Okay, rupees, we are not supposed to use this. At rupees 10,000 each. So you purchased 10 phones, people. Online people, please listen to me. Offline, please. Purchased 10 phones. Purchased 10 phones at 10,000 each. Is it necessary that whatever phone I purchased that day, at the end of that day, all the phones should be sold?
No,
Online
sir.
people, is it necessary that whatever I purchase, everything be sold at the end of the day? No.
No.
Let's suppose out of 10 phones, we have sold 6 phones. So sold 6 phones at the rate of rupees 30,000 each. A mobile phone heavy margin, man. Okay, sold 6 phones at the rate of 30,000 each. Now, guys, obviously in business, if you don't do marketing, people will not come to you. So let's suppose for marketing and other purposes, you've done here and there expenditure. So expenditure or expenses done. Expenses done in the business is, let's say, rupees 10,000, which means 10,000 rupees money was totally spent. This 10,000 could be, to buy this phone, you would have used some courier services, so courier charges you have given, or you have done some marketing here and there. So some way or the other, you have sold 10,000, sorry, you have incurred 10,000 rupees expenses. Okay. Now, guys, I'll give you all 2 minutes of time. Can you please calculate the profit and tell me, how do I calculate my profit? Income minus expenditure is equal to profit. Correct? No? This is, guys, I'm not teaching accounts at all. I'm talking common sense. All of you understand what is income? Earning, income. So can I say sale here is my income? So from my income, if I minus my expenditure, I'll get to my profit. So all of you understand what is profit, online people? Normally,
Yes,
I'm asking.
Yes.
Profit, all of you understand what is profit? I'm not teaching accounts at all. I've not got into accounting at all. I'm just, as a layman, you understand what is a layman language? It is very simple language. I'm just trying to put things in your mind. So can you tell me what is the profitability? Profit is nothing but from my income. If I minus expense, I'll get profit. So now this is a situation. I want all of you to take 2 minutes of time, calculate and tell me what is your profit. Everyone, I want everyone to calculate. Please take your paper, pen and do it. All of you. Karo. Online people, are you all working it out? Agarshana, Ashmeet, Dhanushri, Harshvardhan, Lisha, Sandhya, Nitya, Riya, Shreya, Tara, and Vansh. Are you all working it out? Tell me quickly, guys.
Yes.
You can't take too much of time. Very easy question. Okay. Mohit is saying 56,000 is profit. Okay. Takshil, calculating. Naman, Karan, Vansh, Varun. Somebody is saying loss. Who is that? Loss है. Profit. 56,000. I want profit. By doing this 3 transaction, what is the profit that this businessman has earned? Online, anybody is ready with the answer? Tell your name and tell me the answer. Mohit said 56,000 is profit. Sale is my income. Purchase is my expense. Expense of 10,000 also is my expense. This 10,000 is total expenses. This 10,000 is each phone. Guys, you can't take so much of time. Very easy. Yes, online I'm getting answer. Who's that?
Is it 60,000, 70,000?
70,000. Name please.
Lisha.
Lisha says 70,000. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, others, quickly. Even if it is wrong, it's fine. You just go ahead. Full confidence. In life, guys, even if you are wrong, go with full confidence. Things will work out for you. Don't worry.
1 lakh 10,000.
Okay, some people are saying 1,10,000.
Sir,
Yes. 3 different answers.
it's
One
Nitya.
question, 3 different answers. Tell me.
1,70,000.
1,70,000. Now come on, let's play Kaun Banega Crorepati. 4 options we have. Out of this 4, choose any one. Anybody is having the 5th answer? My God. I'm getting goosebumps now. 56,000, 70,000, 1,10,000, 170. It's going in incremental order. Others, reply. Fast.
80,000.
Ria said something. Ria, how much is it?
70,000 is correct.
Ria says 70,000. Okay. 1 lakh? 1,400,000. Guys, 5th answer. 1,14,000. Yes, please. Total full. 10,000 is for the entire. Okay, now time up. Now tell me, people. For a given question, one question, if people calculate different answer, let's suppose all of your accountant. Accountants are giving different answer to the owner. Will owner not get heart attack? He is telling one question, one situation. I appointed 5 accountants. All of you are giving different answers. What will be the plight of that businessman? He will not even feel like doing the business. Now, this gives me a clarity that it is very important. Guys, listen here. Boys, I'm done. Time up. Gan, time up. Here. This gives us a need and the importance of having accounting rules, accounting regulations, accounting principles, accounting policies in place. Because if accounting rules, regulations, principles, and policies are not in place for a given set of a problem, for a given set of a question, there'll be multiple different answers that can heavily damage the heart of the businessman. Not only businessman, there is one more person who will cry heavily. Government. Why government will cry? Offline got me the answer. Online people. Why is government bothered about this profit? Taxes. Guys, government is not in love with you. The only thing what he wants from you is that tax. Tax is calculated on profit. Tax is calculated on profit. So whatever profit you earn, government will say, oh, hello, pay 10% to me. Gan here. Pay 10% to me. Pay 20% to me. Like that, government is relying on the profit. So imagine for a given set of a problem, one question, 5 different answers. Will government not correct? The government is confused. Should I calculate the profit, tax on this, or this, or this, or this, or this. This is the second person to cry. Third person to cry, investor. Investor is investing in your business. Why? He's in love with you, is it? He will invest in your business so that he can get profit. Now you are giving him 5 different profit. At this stage, he's crying. At this stage, he's very happy. Oh, 1,14,000 profit. Oh, you're super happy. Super happy. 170 profit. But investor also is confused. Which profit should he take? Banker also confused. Why is banker confused? Banker is given loan to you. He is giving loan to you looking at your profitability. Now you give 5 different answers. Which profit should bank rely? Banker also cries. So now guys, it is very important that you have accounting rules, regulations, principles and policies in place so that all of us study this accounting language uniformly in a way that when you do a question or when a question is given to you, not only these 5 accountants, anywhere in the country, anybody who's doing this question, by studying these rules and regulations properly, they should give one single unanimous answer or result. So this brings down the necessity and need for having the accounting rules and regulations in place. So now for your information, let me draw the answer. So what most of the people will do, I'll tell you. I'll tell final answer, but before that, what most of the people do, I'll tell you. They will tell sale. Sir, how many phones has been sold? 6 phones. 30,000 is each phone costing into 6 rupees. 1,80,000 is your income. Correct? Okay, guys, no discussion. Here. Sale is 180. Now, what will other people do? You know, minus purchase, because purchase is an expense. To get this earning, I invested 10,000 rupees for buying the phones. So minus purchase. Minus purchase. How many phones you purchased? 10 phones. What is the purchase value? 10,000 rupees. So what is the total purchase cost? 1 lakh rupees you will minus. Then what will people do? I'm coming. I'm not done. Minus 10,000 expenditure. Guys, when I'm talking, nobody's talking, please. Guys, 10,000 rupees is the expenditure. To sell these phones, these are the expenditure I've done. Guys, to get this sale, I've done a total expenditure of 10,000 rupees that day. So obviously I'll minus it. So minus 10,000. So you will say, sir, the profit is 180 minus 1 lakh is 80. 80 minus 10 is 70. But with deep sadness in my heart and mind, this is absolutely wrong. I'll tell you why. Touch your heart and tell me. All of you touch your heart. How many phones have you sold? 6 phones you've sold. How many phones ka expenditure you recorded? 10 phone ka expenditure recorded. How is it fair that 6 phone ka income you record, 10 phone ka expense you record? Hello? So what are you trying to tell me? Sir, we purchased 10 phones. 6 phones sold. 4 phones are unsold. So these 4 phones which is unsold, next day you will sell. So next day when you sell, what will you record? Sale is equal to 30,000 into 4, which is 1,20,000 minus purchase. How much? 0. Are you trying to tell purchase is 0? Because you recorded entire purchase here, na baba. So next day when you're trying to sell, you tell that there is, because you've already recorded purchase here. Expense at one place only you can record. So full 10 phone ka expenses you've recorded here. So you are left with no other expenses to be recorded. So are you trying to tell me your profit is 120? Touch your heart and tell me your next day's profit, is it 120? Is it not 10,000 into 4, which is 40,000? Can I say, is it not 80,000? I'm not discussing accounting, guys. I'm just discussing the concerns and problems. I'm yet to start accounting for all of you. I've not started teaching accounting. I'm just trying to escalate the problem to all of you. So now, guys, if accounting rules and regulations are not in place, people will try to solve the same question in different ways. So if you get for the same question different answers, all the users such as business owner, government, investor, bankers, these are called as users of the financial statement. What is financial statement? I'm yet to discuss. Basically, the users of accounts, they'll go mad. Therefore, it is important for us to have a uniform principles in place or uniform rules and regulations in place. Having studying properly for a same answer, for a same question, you should get a same answer, irrespective of whoever is working it out. So there is something called as matching principle, which we'll be discussing in the upcoming topic. Matching principle is one of the rules and regulations which says that whenever you record any expenditure, you should record only that much expenditure, how much it is contributed in earning. You recorded 10 phones here as expenditure. Did all the 10 phones contribute in the income of that day? No. Out of 10 phones, only 6 phones contributed. So matching principle says that only when the 6 phones has been sold, whoever contributed this sale, that much quantum of expense only should be recorded. So 6 phones of purchase only should be recorded. I'm not discussing the matching principle with you. I'm just giving you one highlight of accounting. Everything I'll discuss aram se. I've not started accounting at all, people. I'm only giving you a few glimpses here and there. Matching principle is one rule which says that you should record only that much quantity of expenditure. I'm not telling value. If value of expenditure and sale matches, then there's no profit, no loss. I'm not talking about value. I'm telling that record that much quantum or quantity of expenditure which is contributed to the income of that day or that year. So out of 10 phones, how many phones is contributed to the income? Only 6 phones is contributed to income. So expense also should be recorded only for 6 phones. So which means here it is not 6 phones, it is, sorry, not 10 phones, it is 6 phones. So it is not 1 lakh, it is 60,000. So 1,80,000 minus 60 is how much? 120. 120 minus 10 is 110. Somebody got this 110 right. Who's that? Tanisha, Takshil. Okay, 2 people offline got this answer. Online, how many of you got this 110? Raise your hands honestly. Nobody. Harshvardhan got it. Excellent. If anybody has got 110, that is the perfect answer. Online people? Oh. No, it's fine. See, I'm not judging any of you based on this. I'm just trying to put you an understanding that what is the need of accounting. So now can we get into the concept, what is accounting? Generally, I don't have the habit of giving break. I forget it. So in routine class, you have to remind me. But today, if I don't give you a break, is that okay? Or do you want me to give a break? Because the target is to finish the class by 8:30. I'm yet to start the discussion. No next class. My class 8:30 till means 8:30. We started what time? 7 o'clock only. We started at 6:55. 6:55 we started. 1.5 hours class. You're getting bored? Guys, you're getting bored, online people? Hello?
No, sir.
No, sir. Sir, but
Yes,
if we're selling bread, suppose, if we're selling bread and the expiry date is gone, so now the bread is bad and all, then we'll have to consider the...
That will be considered. Okay, I have a lovely question. Wonderful. Who's this? May I know your name, please?
I'm Ria.
Okay, Ria has asked a question that, sir, guys, here. If I am doing the business of buying and selling bread, so I have purchased 10 breads. In that 6 is being sold. And remaining 4 due to some reason or by any reason it is expired. I can no longer sell it. So those 4, the 4 bread, what am I supposed to record? You will definitely record it not as expense. You will record it as a loss. So this concept also is covered that in an exceptional situation where you're undergoing a concept of normal or abnormal loss, you have to account it, but not in form of expenditure. It is accounted in form of a loss. So definitely you'll record that undoubtedly because it is no longer saleable. No, you will have to dispose it. So all that is covered in the upcoming chapters, guys. All this is covered.
Okay, sir.
Now moving forward, this chapter, guys, in this topic, we are going to learn what is the meaning and definition of accounting, attributes, which is characteristics of accounting, objective, function, advantage, disadvantage, role of accounting, blah, 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 blah. Too much of boring. In this theory or in this particular chapter, I'm only going to talk about the first 2 things. Rest of the theories, I'll do it sometimes parallelly with the questions and sometimes at the end because too much of theory, very boring. So I'm just going to discuss few things here. The first line says that accounting is a systematic process of recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, interpreting the financial transaction and communicating the result to the users thereof. Guys, the moment you read this line, you should be reminded of one movie. you should be reminded of one movie. Bang on. I got the answer from offline people. Online people, no response. When you read this first 3 lines, you should be reminded of one Hindi movie. In Tamil also it is there. That was a remade. Tamil was a remade movie. First Hindi movie was Three Idiots. In Tamil it is Nanban. I don't know in Maharashtra if they released or not. Yeah. So there you remember a situation where Amir Khan is in one of the classroom where the professor asks, what is the definition of machine? So Amir Khan says up zip, up down, up down, up down. He tries to explain it in a very simplified way, but that professor doesn't accept it. Immediately he will ask the other guy to stand up. In Hindi, that fellow's name is Chatur. In Tamil, I don't know what is his name. Yeah, silencer is in Hindi. That is his nickname. In Tamil, I don't know what is the name. So that guys, he tells this way only. Accounting is a systematic process of recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, and interpreting the financial transactions and communicating the results to the users thereof. Clean bouncer. Clean bouncer. Now, the moment you read this 3 line, you will think what shit this is. But the entire accounting process is summarized in this language. I'll tell you beautifully one by one. This 3 lines is got, I can explain this 3 lines for 1 hour. That doesn't mean that I'll take it for 1 hour. I'm just telling you. Coming here. Now I'll break down all these points one by one. Listen to me very carefully. What is accounting? Accounting is a systematic process. Systematic, because guys, we need to have a system in place. In India, if you don't put system in place, people will take full advantage. For example, you are in this premises now. In this premises, you are governed by systems, rules of the academy. The moment you step out of this premises, you are governed by the system and processes of the building. The moment you are going to the road, you are governed by the RTO, government rules and regulations, government system. The moment you step into your apartment rules and regulations will come into picture. The moment you get into your house, still no control on you. Papa, mummy ka control, their rules and regulations. You go to your bedroom, still no control. Your elder brother, sister will have the most control. The only control where you can have is your bathroom. Nobody, nowhere else. So in India, if systems are not in place, nothing will work properly. Likewise, in accounting also, you should have a system in place. So accounting is a systematic process. We have to have a system. System for what? Identifying what? A business financial transaction. Now we have to understand what is the meaning of transaction. What is finance? What is business? Then measure in terms of money. Recording, classifying, summarizing, interpreting, communicating. All this we have to understand one by one. So let's understand first thing, guys. Accounting is a systematic process of identifying. What are we trying to identify? Sir, we are trying to identify a business financial transaction, BFT. Now let's understand what is transaction. Transaction means I'm trying to do something through somebody. We are doing something through somebody or with somebody. Trans means through, action means to do. We're trying to do something through somebody. Transaction is an activity which involves transfer of money or money's worth from one person to another person. Now let's take an example. Ram purchases chair from Raja on cash. So let's say we are Ram or we are accountant of Ram. So we are purchasing chair from Raja. So here can I say this is a transaction or an activity which is happening between 2 people. In that, one person is us, the business, we. Another person is some other third party. Correct, no? Transaction means an activity that happens between 2 people. In that, one person is you, business. Another person is some third party with whom we do the transaction. So Ram purchases chair from Raja on cash. Ram purchases chair from Raja on credit. Do you understand what is cash and what is credit? If you buy the goods on the spot, then and there, if you pay the money, that is called as a cash transaction. Transaction means activity happening between 2 people. And if you on spot pay the money for buying the goods and services, that is called as cash transaction. Second is credit transaction. Credit transaction means what? You buy the goods. You tell him that I'll come tomorrow and pay the money. I'll pay the money after some time. So you get the goods, but you don't pay the money immediately. You will pay the money later stage. So that is called as a credit transaction. Ram pays salary to Sita. So Sita is my staff or our staff. So Ram is paying salary to Sita. So can I say here the transaction is happening between Ram and Sita? Ram is the business. Sita is third party. So here third party could be anybody. Third party could be my supplier. Third party could be my customer. Third party could be my staff. Third party could be the banker. Third party could be the government. Anyone can be third party. Who's third party? Whoever is not the owner. Anybody other than owner is a third party. Owner, any person other than owner is a third party. So business owner will do the transaction with third party. So transaction. So before you start accounting, you have to identify a business financial transaction, BFT. Transaction means an activity happening between two people. So please tell me, I go home and sleep tonight. Nice sleep. Can I say sleeping is a transaction? No, because this is not happening between me and business or business and third party. So transaction means something, some goods should go, some services should come and go, something should happen, and then money also should involve. Either money or money's worth has to be involved. So here when I'm buying the goods on credit, there is a worth of the goods I'm getting. So something I'm getting, something I'm giving. So some transaction should take place. And that transaction, Pritish, I'll come once again, ma. That transaction should involve money, finance. It is not necessary that you pay the money on spot. Even if you pay the money later, but money should be there. Money or money's worth. Money means what? Money should be involved. Money's worth means what? It could be goods, goods for goods. Barter system. Have you come across this word, barter system? In olden days, before even the currency was printed, people used to exchange the goods. If you have seen this movie Mohenjo-daro, Hrithik Roshan, so they used to exchange goods for goods. Mohenjo-daro, Harappa. History of studied or not studied? So those days, people used to exchange goods for goods. So that is called as barter. So that should involve finance. Finance means money or money's worth has to be involved. They are not telling that money should be paid immediately. But that good what you're buying or the services what you're receiving, that should have a monetary value attached. It should have a monetary value. And that should happen in the course of business. Now, for example, this transaction, what happened between you and let's suppose that theme park, whatever the theme park you went. Is it happening in the course of business or did this happen in your personal life? Online people, please tell me. This transaction, what we discussed initially, was it a business transaction or is it a personal transaction?
Personal transaction.
This is 100% transaction. This 300 rupees what I paid is a transaction. It is happening between you and the bus driver. Then you paid 300 to the hotel guy. It's a transaction between you and hotel guy. 1000 rupees you paid to the theme park. Again, transaction between you and the theme park. And this also involved finance. So it was a financial transaction, but it was not a business financial transaction. It was a personal financial transaction. So can we record a personal financial transaction in the business? No. Because in the business, we are concerned with the business transactions. So that is why in accounting, the first step is to identify. You have to identify a business financial transaction so that you don't end up recording the personal financial transaction. What has government got to do with your personal money? What has government got to do with your personal expenditure? You do whatever you want to do, man. After paying tax, whatever money you have, that is your personal money. Government will not care. Government is bothered about every new time you earn new money, business money. That he is focused on. So we have to first identify a business financial transaction. So online people, anybody's got any doubt with what is business financial transaction? Please tell me. Are you all clear with the meaning of transaction? An activity happening between two or more people. Finance means money should be involved or money's worth should be involved. Business means this should happen in the course of business. So once you identify a business financial transaction, you have to measure in terms of money. You have to quantify the value. That, okay, this chair is worth 10,000 rupees. That chair is worth 5,000 rupees. The quantum, the value of the money should be established. Not only that, the denomination also has to be established. So what do you mean by denomination? See, in India, when you're doing business, are you restricted to do business only in India? Can you not do the transactions abroad also? I can sell my goods to a guy who's sitting in USA or in Australia or Canada. So when that fellow pays me the money, will he pay me in the Indian currency? Obviously not. He'll pay in the foreign currency. So tell me one thing. In accounting, I purchased 10 chair, 1,000 rupees each. So it is 10,000 rupees. So this is in rupees. That fellow totally paid me. Let's suppose, what is a dollar value today? 80 rupees? Pound 100. Okay, let's take pound. Pound is 100 rupees. So let's suppose this fellow is paying me 10 shares into 100 pound. Each pound, sorry. Ten share 12 pound into 1000 rupees. So not 1000, 100 rupees. How much? 12,000. But imagine you don't multiply with this 100. You sold 10 shares and he's paying totally 12 pounds. So how much will you record? 120 pounds. So can I minus and say my profit is so much or loss is so much? For you to record and get the right profit, the underlying currency has to be same. So you have to multiply with 100 and record 12,000. So measuring in terms of money means what? The currency what you're using should be a common currency. So in India, we follow INR. So when you're trying to do a transaction with other country in abroad, you might have a transaction in dollars, pounds, in all 10 or other currencies. So you have to have a common denomination. In accounting, when you record the value, you should record in INR. You should have a common denomination. This is what measuring is trying to say. Measuring says two things. Whatever goods you are selling, it should have a price value attached to it. And that should be a common denomination. What denomination? INR. Is it open door or closed? Okay. Anybody's got any doubt with identifying and measuring? Online, somebody raised your hands. Pratyush, you raised your hands. What is your doubt, Ma?
No, sir, it got cleared.
Perfect. Now, guys. Now, the first two step, what we do know, which is identifying and measuring, this is basically a theoretical step. Accounting is not begin. Now, accounting now will begin from the stage of recording. Now, whatever transactions you have identified, whatever business financial transactions you've identified, you have to record it. So in accounting, recording does not happen just like we did here. Or randomly amount received, so much subtracted. No, we have a proper system design. So here the recording takes place through journal entry. Now, what is journal? How do we pass a journal entry? Something which you learn in the journal topic. If you take the syllabus, the 8th chapter talks about journal entry. So we don't have to wait too long. In next few classes, we'll start doing journal also. So journal is a place where all the transactions individually will record, which means what? Today, if I'm buying a laptop, today, if I'm buying a phone, today I'm buying 10 phones of 10,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees. This is one transaction happening between me and the wholesale. I'm a retailer. I'll buy it from the wholesaler, no? Or I'll buy it from the manufacturer. Vivo, manufacturer. iPhone, Apple, manufacturer. I'll buy directly from manufacturer. So these are Vivo phones. Then other brand, Samsung. So tomorrow I purchased 5 Samsung phone of 20,000. How much? 1 lakh. So can I say this is a separate transaction? This is a separate transaction. This is a separate business financial transaction. This is a separate business financial transaction. So in the journal, you have to record each and every transactions independently, separately. You cannot say that both are purchases. Let's combine and write it. No, you have to write all the transaction individually one by one on day-to-day basis in a chronological order. Do you understand what is a chronological order? Let's suppose today you have purchased Vivo phone. Tomorrow you have purchased Samsung. Means today you'll record Vivo transaction first. Tomorrow only in Samsung. You cannot write Samsung first and Vivo later. Chronological order means what? As and when the transaction is taking place, you have to write in the same order, day wise. During the day you can change and write. Let's say today morning you purchased 10 o'clock Vivo, 12 o'clock Samsung. So you can write this first and this later. Within a day you can change. But that day's transaction independently have to be recorded on the same day only. You cannot shift it to next day. So now tell me, people, you record all this transaction individually. The format of journal is designed in such a way that will not help you to do the total. So now let's suppose I ask you what is the total purchase. Are you in position to tell me what is the total purchase? From the journal, when you record all the transactions independently, like for example, this is a page. You record a purchase transaction, then a sale transaction, then expense transaction, then purchase transaction, the next page, expense transaction, then purchase, then sale. Every transaction you record independently. Now, if I ask you, what is the total purchase? Are you in position to tell me quickly what is the total purchase? You have to sit in total this plus this plus this manually. So every time I ask you what is total purchase, you'll keep on manually adding it. You'll go mad. Journal does not facilitate totaling. So for totaling purpose, we will go to the next step, which is ledger, called as classifying. So in ledger, you will classify. Now let's understand in this way. Let's understand in this way. Now this is journal. In journal, you record all the transactions in the chronological order. This is purchase transaction. This is sale transaction. This is expense salary transaction. This is rent transaction. Like that, multiple colored balls are there. If I ask you how many green balls are there, how many red balls are there, how many blue balls are there, can you quickly, instantly tell me, okay, these many balls are there? Not possible. So in journal, everything is there in one box. Very difficult to do the total. So from here, we'll go to the next step called as ledger. So in ledger, what happens is that you open account for each and every item. So for orange ball will go to the orange box. So you open account, you open box for each and every type of transaction. For example, orange is purchase box. Red one is sale box. Blue one is rent box. Green one is salary box. So all the green one, you will pick and put in the green bucket. All the red one, you will take and put in the red bucket. So now guys, when you have the balls in this, now tell me, comparatively, is it easy to total or not? So ledger will do the process of simplifying your work of totaling. So ledger is helping you to classify, okay, this much is purchase, this much is sale, this much is rent, this much is salary. It will help you to classify different types of transaction, and it will facilitate to do the totaling also. So now when you do the total, you are in position to tell me that, okay, sir, during the day, we did purchase of so much value. We did sale of so much value. During the entire year, so much purchase we did. During the entire year, so much sales we have done. Like that, you'll be in position to give me the instant answer. So that is called as classifying. Classifying is done in form of ledger. From once you classify, you summarize all this information into one sheet. Guys, ultimately, what do I want? I need profit. Now, please understand. All of you tell me, what is the ultimate motto or the first and the primary motto of preparing the accounts? Online people, yes, absolutely said that. Moksh. To calculate the profit and loss of the business. In other words, in a very polished manner, if I have to tell, to ascertain the profit bar loss in the business. Online people, do you all agree with me? Hello? Do you all agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Agarshana, Ashmeet, Dhanushri, Harshvardhan, Lisha, Nitya, Pratyush, Riya, Shreya, Tara, and Mansh. Do you all agree with me? The
Yes,
first
sir.
and the primary motto.
Yes.
I'm not telling that this is the one and only motto. The first and the primary motto of preparing the business, preparing the accounts in the business is to calculate the profit and loss. So for the purpose of calculating the profit and loss, you are supposed to prepare one statement or document called as trading and profit and loss account. Everything I'll explain one by one, guys. Everything I'll explain one by one. I'm not discussing, to be very honest, I've not started accounting yet. Accounting will really start when I start teaching you the terms of accounting, because that is when you'll understand. I'm just trying to very casually discuss what is accounting all about in a very layman language. I've not started accounting at all. First and the foremost reason is, guys, to prepare the accounts is to ascertain the profit and loss. For that, the document that we prepare is called as a trading and profit and loss account. Very, very important document. Now, in a business, if I want to calculate the profit, how will I calculate the profit? Sir, we will calculate all the income, all my earning. From that earning, I'll minus all my expenditure. I'll get to know my profit and loss. See, if income is more than expense, I'll get profit. If expense is more than income, loss. Very simple, not complicated. Fantastic. In business, if you only get to know what is a profit and loss, are you happy with that?
No, sir.
Don't you want to know some additional information? Sir, example like what? This phone wala discussion what we had, no? Are you not interested to know what is the stock of the phones that is left at the end of the day? Sir, we purchased 10 phones. In that, how many phones did you sell? You sold 6 phones. So 10 phones minus 6 phones. What is balance? 4 phones. So can I say this is unsold goods? In other words, we also call this as a closing stock. So in business, don't you want to know at the end of the year or at the end of each day, how much what is the goods or quantity of goods or the value of the goods that is there in your hands? how much of the phones you own at the end of the day. Plus, what else do you need to know? You want to know how much of cash is left in your hand. Tell me, people. You purchased 10 phones by paying 10,000 rupees. How much money have you spent? 1 lakh money you have spent. Okay, before that, how much money you have earned? 6 into 30. How much money have you earned? How much?
1,80,000.
This is a cash sale.
1,80,000.
This is a cash sale, which means when you sold the 6 phones into 30,000, full 180 you have received in cash. So can I say 1,80,000 you have received? How much money you spent from your pocket? Sir, 10 into 10,000. 1 lakh rupees is spent. Sir, then 10,000 also is spent. How much is balance? 70,000. So what is the 70,000? It is cash in hand. So 70,000 what you gave is not profit. This is cash in hand. What is profitability? Profit was? How much we calculated? 110 was the profit. So this is a different thing and this is a different thing. So at the end of the day or at the end of the year, don't you want to know what is your cash in hand? How much money is left? Closing stock. So in business, at the end of the year, you are left with a lot of things. Can you put all that in your memory? You'll forget it. People are like Gajani. You know Gajani? That mote fellow. See, I also put a line like this. What does Gajani do online, people? He forgets everything. Like that, we are also that kind of a prani only. Imagine, have you heard of this word? Not word. Have you heard of this person called as Mukesh Ambani? Your time dekh raha, dekhna like dekh raha, kab chhodega sir? Have you heard about this gentleman called as Mukesh Ambani?
Yes, sir.
How much property do you think he has?
A lot.
Not forget value wise, quantity wise. You tell me. He himself will not know. He himself will not know. If you ask him where you have the property, he'll tell, go and ask my accountant or go and check my balance sheet. Because how much you'll remember. So I'm running this academy. You look at the chairs what I have. If you ask me, sir, how many chairs you have? I cannot answer. Correct? No. So in business, day in and day out, there's so many transactions happening. Everything you cannot put in a memory. So your memory is been replaced by a new document called as balance sheet. Where is that gone? Here. So the second purpose of preparing the accounts is to ascertain the financial position. Have you come across the word? To ascertain the financial position. For ascertaining the financial position, we prepare a document called as balance sheet. Balance sheet will contain all the details of assets, no, liability and capital. Now you'll ask, what is asset? What is liability? What is capital? All that I'll discuss in the next class when I discuss the basic accounting terms. That's why I told you I have not started accounting at all. I'm just giving an outer line about accounting. So the first and primary motto of preparing accounts is to identify what is my profit and loss. Just by knowing profit and loss, you are not done with accounts. At the end of the year, you should know how much of things are remaining in your hand. How much money is there in my hand? How much money is there in my bank? How much of stock is left in my godown? How much of plant and machinery I have? How much of furniture I have? Everything I need to know. And I cannot keep all that in my memory. So my memory is replaced by balance sheet. My memory is balance sheet. And trading and P&L is my heart. Human being have two important vital organs. One is brain, second is heart. Without this, can you function properly? No. Heart wants to know what is profit and loss. If you're getting huge profit, heart is happy. Okay, who is happy? When you be happy, who feels more happy, brain or heart? Tera system ulta hai kya, bhai? You feel happy. When you feel happy, you see your heartbeat. No, your heartbeat will be playing at a different level. So happiness and sadness is being felt by heart, not brain. Brain is not emotional. Heart is emotional. So heart is very happy when you have profit. When you lose money, where do you feel the pain? Here or here? Let's suppose you lost 1 lakh rupee money today. Where do you feel the pain? Here or here? This will. Okay, somebody comes and gives a nice slap. Somebody comes and gives a nice slap, which will start like panicking a lot. Heart or brain? Heart. So everything is related to emotion. Same way, guys, if profit goes up, Like 2 minutes, I'll wind up. If profit goes up, heart is happy. If loss goes up, heart is sad. Balance sheet is memory, brain. So anything that I have to remember in business, I'll prepare balance sheet for that. Are you able to follow? So once you prepare the ledger, from there, all the account value will go to trial balance, P&L and balance sheet. So what is trial balance? What is P&L? What is balance sheet? We learn in the next class or onwards gradually. So that activity is called as summarizing. Guys, I'll take 3 minutes. I'll finish it. Once you prepare accounts, you have P&L. You know what is profit and loss. You have balance sheet. You'll get to know what you own, how much you own, in what quantity you own, everything you know. Just by knowing that, is it fine? You have to interpret. Interpret means analyze. Analyze what? This year you kept a target of achieving 10 lakh rupees as sales, but your sale is only 8 lakh rupees. Don't you want to know why there is a drop in sale for 2 lakh rupees? You kept a target. You gave a target to your sales team that why you have to earn 10 lakh rupees today, but he earned only 8 lakh. So will you not ask him why 2 lakh you've not earned? You have targeted an expenditure of 9 lakh rupees, but the expenditure is 10 lakh rupees. Don't you want to know why and where the extra expenditure is spent? Where the money is extra spent? So in accounts, once you prepare, you need to analyze where things have gone right, where things have gone wrong. So things where have gone wrong, you need to correct it. If you don't take corrective actions, the wrong will continue. And at one point, the business will be affected and you have to close the business. So don't you think that analyzing the information is very important? Yes. Once you analyze the information, can you keep that information to yourself? Please tell me, who is doing all this work? Accountant. The chart accountant is doing the work. Can he keep all the information to himself? No. He has to communicate the information to whom? The users of the financial statement, which is owner, government, bankers, investors, so many people. Please understand, people. The first 4 steps is there, no? Identifying, measuring, recording and classifying is an activity that is done by a junior accountant who knows basics of accounting properly. A person maybe who's done his college, BCom or MBA, whatever junior level, when he's entering for the very first time, initial 2-3 years of experience. The activity which is done from summarizing to communicating, this is done by a senior person. So this can be a senior accountant, or it could be a professional people like a CA, CMA, MBA, etc. All this heavy work is done by the specialist. So guys, the work that the junior accountant does, that is identifying, measuring, recording, classifying, that process is called as bookkeeping. That process is called as bookkeeping. The activity that is done by the senior accountant or as a professional guy, which is a chart accountant, that is called as accounting. So accounting starts where the bookkeeping ends. You learned this in your school? No? How many of you have learned this? Time pass. Okay. Accounting starts. Accounting will start where the bookkeeping is ending. Now, this is very important from the theoretical point of view, guys. Listen to me very carefully. Theoretical point of view, very important. True and false or MCQ question. They might ask you this question. People often get confused between bookkeeping, accounting, and accountancy. Please understand, bookkeeping is different, accounting is different, accountancy is different. Bookkeeping is identifying, measuring, recording, and classifying. That is till journal ledger. Till ledger, the activity what you do is called as bookkeeping. After that, it is called as accounting. Both of them put together is called as accountancy. So accountancy is the rule book. It's a book that teaches you how to do bookkeeping and how to do accounting. That's why if you see majority of the book, textbooks, the heading that the front page, they will not use the word accounting or bookkeeping. They will use the word accountancy, because accountancy is a book. It is a set of rule book to teach you what is bookkeeping and accounting. Accountancy is a book that will teach you what is bookkeeping and what is accounting. Hello, all people, all of you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is the need of accounting? To calculate the correct profit and loss of the business, to ascertain the financial position. Profit and loss is calculated using which statement? We just discussed now. How do we calculate the profit and loss account? Sorry, how do we calculate the profit and loss? By preparing trading and P&L account, trading and profit and loss account. How do I ascertain what is my financial position? Balance sheet. Position of cash. What is the position of cash today? What is the position of the bank balance today? What is the position of stock today? All that has been given by balance sheet. So all that I'll be discussing in detail. cycle of English language. 2 minutes, that's it. When you were starting your learning journey, first standard, when you enter the first day of your first standard, did your teacher say, now come on, write paragraph, come on, tell me essay writing, tell me poem? Did she start that way? First standard, LKG, UKG, what do they teach? Alphabets, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, correct, no? Alphabet. Then gradually, as you climbed up the ladder, the next standard, they told you how to arrange this word letters to make a meaningful word. You were taught the art of accumulating those letters to make a beautiful word. Then as you climbed up the ladder, then teachers taught you how these words collectively can become a beautiful sentence. Then gradually they taught you how these sentences can be combined together to make a meaningful para. How this para could be organized one after the other to make a beautiful chapter, and how the chapters should be sequenced to make a beautiful book. Imagine the first chapter in accountancy. Prepare trading and P&L balance sheet. Go. First chapter. Come on. Prepare trading P&L balance sheet. If that has been taught you, how will you feel? You don't know what is trading. You don't know what is P&L. You don't know what is balance sheet. You don't know what is asset. You don't know what is liability. You don't know what is capital. You don't know what is stock. So order is very important. So if you remember this order, all the chapters are organized in such a way that it becomes a beautiful book. In same way, guys, like English language, like English has a cycle. Gradually, how do you learn? Same way, accounting. For accounting also, there is a cycle. There is a process, step-by-step process that you have to follow. The first thing begins with transaction. Transaction means what? Identifying a business financial transaction. That is the first step. When a transaction is happening, you need to understand whether that is happening in the course of business or not. Whether it's a business financial transaction or not. Second, it should be measured in terms of money. From there, you have to record it through journal. Recording through journal. From there, we have to classify through ledger. From ledger, it goes to trial balance for summarizing purpose. From trial balance, it goes to trading P&L and balance sheet, again for summarizing, for more accurate summarizing. This is the cycle that you have to follow, and you cannot deviate from this process. Every single time that you have to record and think in account, it has to start from here only. You cannot take an Excel sheet and randomly write. You cannot take a whiteboard or a piece of paper and randomly write. It has to go through a process. Any difficulty in understanding this? That's all, people. I'm here today only to give you a background of what is accounting. I'm yet to discuss with all of you how the accounting was evolved, how this concept is all come. All this I'll discuss eventually. Today, I just give you a rough idea what accounting is and how I teach. Whether I teach in a very simplified way, do you understand what I'm talking? This class is to assess that. So how do you feel, people? Am I talking in a very simple language? Do you think I'm a good teacher? Hello, online people. Do you think I can make a good teacher? Agarshana, Ashmit?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Very much
Yes,
so.
sir.
Yeah.
I try to explain very nicely, very sweetly. Sir,
Yes.
first class, sir, what will we get to know?
So full spoon feeding.
Sorry?
Full spoon feeding on.
Full spoon feeding, huh? You said spoon feeding.
Yeah.
So should I take this as compliment or not? I don't know. So if we can elaborate on it.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, this journey of accountancy is going to be this way, guys, because you need a mentor and guide who can handle you till the very end. So that is how my role as a role I'll step in, and throughout, please follow what I say. Trust me, I'm telling you, the journey first of all will become memorable. We'll become very good friends on the long run. Second thing is, any which case you have to study, whether you like or don't like. Next 2 years you are tied up with accounts. So either you happily study accounts or you cry and crib and study. It's in your hand. So I am a person who believes that whatever you do in life, do it happily. Whether you like or not, do it happily. Find out ways and means to stay happy. You will enjoy the process. Create some good memories and fun. So 10 years, 20 years down the line, when you turn back, you have something to cherish. Don't be good boys and girls all the time. Try to be a little bit naughty, sir. You don't have to tell we are by birth, nature naughty. You just give us opportunity, sir. Next 3 days, we'll rip apart this academy. That naughty we are. Please don't do that. Too much of cook spoils the broth. So everything in limit, right? So yes, people, that's all from my side for today's session. I'll see you all in the next class, which is on Tuesday, 7 p.m. sharp. Until then, bye-bye. See you. Take care.
Bye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, people. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.